it on Sway Show, so I best to work on my one-liners. Still pray for that skyline. Boys, lick the shots at those one-timers that I just want to see hands in the air, my lord. Never thought rapping would keep us employed. Feeling like Pacquiao fighting with Floyd.
What up, everybody who talks boxing, comments about boxing, and makes boxing videos. So I don't have a whole lot of time, so I'm going to be real quick on each subject that I'm about to touch on. Some more than others, but let me go ahead and get started. So first off, I do want to say thank you to everybody who's been genuinely concerned about my well-being. Some of y'all may or may not know this. I was involved in a car accident early August, and my car was totaled. So now, as bad as the car accident was, thank God nobody was injured. So I haven't been injured or nothing. Now, before that, my phone had gotten stolen, and that's initially what kind of put a wrench in things and me making videos. And I had everything saved on my phone, intros, outros, a lot of things that just made it a lot easier for me to upload videos. Was just gone in an instant, and shortly after that, got into the car accident. So I mean, there was just a lot of things that I had to take care of during that time, and I was able to get a new phone, better than the last one. Was able to get a new car, better than the last one. And those are some of the things that have been kind of holding me back. But now that I've, kind of got my life back on track, I am back. There was something else that came up, and I'm going to get to that in just a moment. But, that's why I haven't really been commenting either on YouTube. And that's because I simply haven't had time to even really watch many YouTube videos. I tried here and there, but it hasn't been the easiest thing, just with everything that's been going on in my life. It's been kind of rough. I've been hearing things about certain things that have been said by some people and by others, and, it all goes back to this whole race war. Shout out to JoJo. He was saying that he hopes we get shut down. All the boxing channels get shut down because of the, just the garbage that's going on. I'm out of the loop on a lot of this, so I really don't know exactly where everything started, where we are exactly now. But I do know that certain things were said, and, right now I'm taking everything as hearsay. I'm not really putting much stock in anything that anybody really tells me, because I like to judge the situation for myself, and I just feel like I need to do some research as to what has happened, what the events that happen and the order that they happen in, before I it's more than likely I'm not going to choose sides or anything like that. I'm just going to stay out of it, but it doesn't hurt to know what's going on, But, a lot of things going on in boxing. I did make a video. My last video was about Canelo, because I know he was talking trash about Triple G. Been watching, when I have been watching YouTube, I've been trying to watch more channels that I haven't watched much of before. So, I've been, keeping an eye on Strictly Boxing. He's been putting out some real good content. People calling him liars. And then he basically puts them in their place without being disrespectful. And I got a lot of respect for Strictly Boxing for that. So I've been watching a lot of him. He's the main one that, I never really watched too much of before. And, lately I've just given him a lot more my viewing attention. Doesn't mean I haven't been watching any of y'all. It's just, I was enjoying his content, and I just hadn't really watched it all that much before. So, also, Frank Silva put out a real good video about, the racism thing as well. He seems to also be keeping himself out of it. He just wanted to, make some real quick points, and I think he did a really good job on his video. And then, really in the world of boxing, not really a whole lot going on, just a lot of people talking crap, and then, people defending themselves, talking crap right back. So, big fight coming up this weekend, but until then, I mean, as far as boxing concerned, I don't really have a whole lot to say. Now, as far as YouTube is concerned, apparently in my absence, YouTube has really, they're cracking down on, if you're monetizing your videos. Apparently you can't really monetize them anymore if you are someone who uses a whole lot of profanity. If your video, not your channel overall, just if you put out a video that has a whole lot of profanity, they're not gonna allow you to monetize on it. Which you do have to understand. The reason for that is not really YouTube. It's not YouTube. YouTube's not the one who is wanting to put that restriction on you. But those advertisers have to pay YouTube money to advertise. And they don't want to be represented by a bunch of filthy mouth sailors. That's just the fact of the matter. I've been trying to clean up my act since before my absence, just because I felt that it was something that needed to be done. But now you're going to see a lot of channels who do monetize are going to be cleaning up their act because they want to continue to make money. And if you're going to be, funny, you're going to have to be a little bit creative and not be obsessive with the profanity. So it is what it is. I mean, I'm not really for censorship, but at the same time, they're not really censoring. You can say whatever you want on your YouTube channel. It's just if you're using a lot of profanity, Apple may not want to put their advertisement on your videos. See what I'm saying? It's the advertisers, and they have every right to refuse to advertise on your channel because they feel that they would be poorly represented. That's just the way that is. I mean, just watch TV. If you're watching Saturday morning cartoons, you're going to see a lot of commercials for toys. And for new cartoons and for movies like Garfield and stuff like that, the advertisement is supposed to be represented by what they're the program they're advertising on. So, just don't be mad at YouTube, and really don't be mad at the advertisers. That's just how this works. So, that's all I got to say about that. Now, this last part of the video is going to be very serious, and this is actually something that I haven't posted about, and I find it a very serious matter. I'm not going to be making light of the situation whatsoever. First off, I want to give my condolences to 68 Triumphant. Now, everybody knows me and him. We have a little bit of a past. He declared beef between me and him. Listen, I'm sorry to hear that you lost your father. I don't know what that feels like at this point in my life, but yesterday I just buried an uncle that I was very close to. Alright, so my deepest condolences to you and your family. You seem to be taking it very well, at least from what I heard, but, all I have to say is God be with you. God be with your family. I really hope that, that the ordeal with setting up, funeral arrangements, I wish that all that stuff goes down smoothly. It's never an easy thing, but it makes it a lot easier when you have people who are willing to help, people who are willing to make things easier for you. And I do wish the best for you and your family. As for me and my family, lost an uncle unexpectedly. He wasn't something that we saw coming. Now, he was actually a police officer, so we knew that his time could come any day. The crazy thing is, he was off duty when he passed, and it wasn't anything having to do with crime or work. He was actually on vacation. So, I mean, the last thing I was expecting to hear is that he passed away. And so I just been kind of keeping my mouth shut, been spending time with family. It's been a real, I know that tomorrow's promised to no man, to no person. When I say man, I'm not talking about men, I'm talking about mankind, human beings. And all I can say is my uncle did pass away doing what he loved. He was actually scuba diving, and I remember talking to him about scuba diving when while he was alive, and he was very enthusiastic about it. And it was just it was just something that wasn't expected. He left behind 3 beautiful children, and I did everything I could to be there for my cousins. It was not an easy thing. It's like I said, I still have my father, and they no longer have theirs, and they're younger than me. So I just been taking this time to really spend time with family and really be there for them and try to be strong for them. And it wasn't easy for me. As a child, I remember going on vacation, with them. This wasn't just an uncle that I saw from time to time. This was somebody who I truly loved. He was a big help in my life. I could always count on him. I remember one time a friend of mine, he bought a motorcycle. Long story short, person was being shady with him, and was trying to get the motorcycle back without giving him his money back. Well, he told my friend that the motorcycle was stolen, and I was able to count on my uncle to look up the VIN number, and come to find out he was just bluffing and trying to punk my friend into just giving him the motorcycle back. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that he didn't really have to do. And he was on the police force for 27 years where I live, and I mean, the funeral, you could tell. I mean, it was so many police officers there, and just so many lives that he touched, and everybody said he went above and beyond the call of duty, and I know a lot of people feel a certain type of way about police officers, but listen, police officers are individuals, alright? There's good ones, there's bad ones, and not just because he was my uncle, but he was a good one. I mean, in 1992, off duty, he ran into a burning house and saved a woman and her 2 children. Risked his life. And that's just the way he was. He loved everybody. Everybody loved him. And that includes myself. And I miss him. And it was tough to see them lowering him down in the ground, but I know he's in a better place. But that being said, just count your blessings. Remember, tomorrow is promised to no one, and that includes you and your loved ones. So, whether you know that their time is coming or not, everybody that you hold dear in your life, please just spend time with them, and make sure that they know that you love them, because you or them may not be around tomorrow. But anyways, I've already went over on my time. So I just want to, like I said, 68, all beef aside. Like, just forget all that. None of that really matters. It's nothing. It's water under the bridge. I really do hope that you and your family are able to get through this time. Like I said, you seem like you're handling it well. It seems like you're doing the right thing by remembering the good things, and it's always tough when you lose someone you love, but just pray that God be with you. But anyways, to all my subscribers, anybody watching my videos, or if you just so happen to stumble upon this video, hope you have a wonderful, blessed day. Peace.
Be quiet and watch what you hollering. Yeah, my fans will eat you alive. Trolls get off on my page. My bars fly over their heads. I wrote that line on the plane. You won't see me.